For dinner tonight, I'm serving fresh spinach salad topped with mandarin oranges, raisins, and sunflower seeds, served with a bowl of pasta smothered in mushroom and tomato sauce and topped with grated Parmesan cheese. Does that sound delicious to you? Or does it feel like, generally termed, the meat of the meal is missing? To me, this sounds like a perfect meal. I'm a vegetarian. I have been for the past 4 years and truly have never felt healthier, stronger, and just more fit than I do at this time in my life. I wasn't always a vegetarian. I lived the first, 19 years of my life eating meat and enjoying it. However, when I was about 19, I started to do a little bit more research and really discovered the health benefits of being a vegetarian versus the health benefits of being a meat eater, and really learned why, people should consider being a vegetarian. One of the things when you talk about being a vegetarian is there are many different types of classes of vegetarian. Being a vegan is the strongest type of vegetarian, as they are not allowed no animal products whatsoever, and that includes cheese and milk and yogurt and anything that is derived from an animal. If you're a lacto-ovo vegetarian, all meat, poultry, and fish are not allowed to be eaten, but you can enjoy eggs, milk products. A pescatarian is often called the starting point of being a vegetarian, and that includes no meat flesh, no animal flesh except for fish. So when you're taking into consideration of being a vegetarian, those are the different types that you have to choose from. In 1999, Fraser studied being a vegetarian and reported there's a higher weight among people eating a mixed diet rather than a strictly vegetarian diet, and body weight increases with the frequency of meat consumption. That is a great way to show some of the health benefits of being a vegetarian. So the weight control is much easier and more likely to control. And in our society nowadays, where obesity is such a problem, maybe that alone is a reason for people to consider vegetarian. Another great reason to consider it is the decreased risk of heart disease. Cancers are not cured by any way being a vegetarian, but they can be greatly reduced and avoided. Tofu is often considered the protein and the meat of a vegetarian diet, and that has so many health benefits, so many essential nutrients that just are not found in meat. In 2002, Chen discovered that meat and meat consumption is one of the main causes of stomach cancer and colon cancer. Now, there's other reasons to be a vegetarian besides just health reasons. One of the other reasons is the environment, and nowadays one of the biggest arguments is the way we're just destroying this world that we live in. Lindsay Rajit wrote an essay about vegetarianism and found that animal agriculture is the world's largest source of CO2 and methane, which is 23 times more powerful than CO2 is in the trapping heat in the atmosphere. Global warming caused by our eating meat? I think so. Another reason to consider it is just the mere amount of waste that goes into raising animals for our consumption. The huge amounts of land that are being eaten and destroyed by these animals. That, as well as cattle, alone consume the quantity of food equal to what 8.7 billion people would consume. Triple amounts of water are needed when you're talking about raising animal production rather than crops. And those reasons alone are things that we need to think about. Another big reason why I personally became a vegetarian is my love and protection of animals. For one thing, what gives us the right to decide which animals we eat and which animals we don't eat? People would never even consider, eating a primate like a gorilla or a monkey. However, cattle, sheep, pigs, that's what people have in their mind that they're there for. Another thing is the adrenaline, that when an animal is killed, fear pumps through their body and the adrenaline surge is all through their blood, And when we eat that, that is what we're putting into our body. And do we really need this heightened amount of adrenaline that's going to be pumped into our body when we eat this meat? Another great thing to think about is the way animals are raised when they're being used for consumption. Pigs are kept in a continuous cycle of birth, pregnancy, and artificial insemination. And let's start that process again. Pregnancy, birth, and then artificial insemination. Not a way for any creature to live. Chickens live 2 years when their normal lifespan is 20 years. And over 70 million cattle are killed every year, for the consumption of the human population. All in all, I think those are 3 very good reasons why to consider being a vegetarian. If you don't care about your health and you don't care about what you take into your body, think about this world that we live on, that the children that we have are going to have to continue to live on. Also, think about animals. Would you want your pet dog to be eaten and slaughtered for, someone's meal? So that is my opinion on being a vegetarian.